Today we will learn on how to add and manage users in OptiFact. To add a new user in OptiFact, go to the Users tab. This page will display all the users that have been added already. Here we can see an admin user. This admin user is the first user created after installing OptiFact. This user is a local user with all roles granted and cannot be added to any group. Also, it is necessary to have the portal admin role to be able to configure any new user, groups, and roles. Let's click on the button New User to add a new local user to OptiFact. Fill in the details like name and surname. Enter an email address. Remember, this would be the login username. Assign the user to a group. Fill in the phone number. Now assign an initial password for this user. This password is temporary, and when the added user will log in, they will be prompted to change it. Now click on Create New User. Our local user has been created successfully. Please keep note of the user credentials to share it with the respective user. Now, let's move on to adding a user from Azure Active Directory. To be able to do that, we have to configure it from the App Edge Config tool. User should have the correct role to be able to configure the system settings. Once the Edge Config tool is launched, click on Azure Active Directory. Enable the configuration and enter the details about your Azure Active Directory to enable users, authenticate with it, towards OptiFact. After configuration of Azure Active Directory, we will notice that the button to add users is different. There is a drop-down list to allow creation of either a user from Azure Directory or a local user. Let's click User from AD. We have to enter the email address of the person we wish to add. We can also select a group for the user to be part of. Then click on Create New User. Our user from Azure Active Directory has been created successfully. If we wish to edit or delete the users in OptiFact, click on the pencil icon next to the respective user. For a local user, we would be able to edit the details, change the group, and reset the password. For a user from AD, we would be able to only change the group of the user. To sum it up, we have seen in the video on how to add and manage local user or user from AD in OptiFact. By following these steps, you can now efficiently manage your users. Thank you for your time.